The Metal Gear Solid games are crazy. Crazy good, crazy complex, crazy dramatic and emotional, but also just plain batshit crazy. All 4 games in the core MGS series are rife with moments of pure zaniness, be it poop jokes or some of the wacky in-game items. It can lead to an interesting juxtaposition when placed next to some of the game's heavier moments, because all in one game you can end up with moments like this, and then moments like this. But most of these crazy moments are incidental jokes one can easily look past. However, there are some things in the MGS series that are just so strange, so confusing, that years later, players are still left scratching their heads. Which is why I bring you the 8 most baffling things about Metal Gear Solid. And this isn't even one of them. Number 8. The codec. What's so baffling about the codec, you say? I don't know. How about everything? For starters, where is it?
The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear.
Okay, fine. But then what is this screen? Can Snake see it? Is there a camera on him? What about the whole thing with Master Miller? Snake must be able to see these people, because why else would Liquid bother putting on a disguise? Or does he? Because when you look into the control room when you're on top of Rex, you can see Liquid plain as day. But then if you call Master immediately afterward, the disguise is still on. So then maybe the screen is just an in-game display to communicate details to the player, kind of like a health bar. Then wait.
Did you like my sunglasses?
Why would Liquid say that if Snake couldn't see him? And how does he know that Mei Ling is cute? But if these characters can see the other people, why doesn't Raiden lose his fucking mind when the Colonel's face turns into a skull? Also, I understand that incoming calls can't be heard by anyone else, but then how do you respond without making noise? This is especially baffling in 2, when characters meet in person and then talk on the codec.
This is safer, I think.
Safe from what?
Eavesdropping, of course.
Oh, of course. Wait, what? So are they not talking? This happens all the time in this game.
First.
Nanocommunications.
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety.
What does that mean? Maybe if he said, switch over to nanocommunications. It's a cheap shortcut to avoid blocking and animating extensive dialogue sequences. That I could at least understand. But 2 is just way too in love with these codec calls. At the very climax, on top of Federal Hall, there's a call that lasts over 10 minutes. Right. 10 minutes! It takes 30 seconds just to skip the damn thing. You gotta be kidding me.
Shut up in there, will ya?
What is Solidus doing during all this? Waiting patiently, playing with his tentacles while Raiden talks to himself for 10 minutes? But he can't even be overheard, right? Because I guess he's just mouthing the words or something? It doesn't make any sense. How do they change the frequency? Is there a dial? Is it in the bones of their ear? I don't get it, and it drives me crazy! So number 7. Major Rykov. I suppose there's a lot you can consider baffling about this guy, whether it's his unusual relationship with Colonel Volgin, or just scenes like this. Okay, but come on, leave Rykov's unique sexual identity alone. I, for one, think it adds a welcome level of character detail not often found in games, and it also puts Snake in a real uncomfortable situation when he goes undercover.
Waiting for you in my room.
Look out! Ugh. And then he does it again. But that's not the issue. What really confuses me about this character is this. He looks exactly like Raiden. Now, I'm not stupid. I know that's the point. It's no secret that after MGS2 came out, fan reactions to Raiden were less than favorable. I don't really see why, but that's a conversation for another time, nerds. So apparently, Konami's response to all this was to make gay jokes about him? Hey, remember that really ballsy move we pulled with MGS2? You know, the one where we totally blindsided the entire fan base with a brand new protagonist? Oh, they didn't like him? Oh, no, yeah, oh, he's totally a fag, that's what, yeah. Blows my mind. It's like when I was in kindergarten, and I had this backpack with Barney on it, and the other kids on the bus made fun of me, so I drew a mustache on him. Except, I was in kindergarten. Even weirder is just how they present the whole thing. At the beginning of the game, it asks which do you prefer, MGS1 or MGS2. Maybe if you're a normal person, you thought, what is this? Is this going to affect how the game plays? Nope. It's just a really weird joke. Because if you pick 2, you get this goofy fake-out opening where Snake is wearing the Rykov mask, and it doesn't help that Major Zero keeps calling him Jack. I was so turned around the first time I played this game. Such a weird joke. And then they just never explain why Ivan Rydenovich Rykov looks exactly like Jack Ryden. But I guess that's a detail that just doesn't need to be addressed. Ever. Ugh. Huh? Shit, what'd I press? Number 6. Fuck the fourth wall. When Metal Gear Solid came out in 1998, and gamers across the globe sat and watched the opening cutscene, you've got to imagine they were thinking something like, oh shit, this game is the real deal. It's so cinematic and immersive. I've never played a game that made me feel so much like I was a part of real events. And then Campbell rings you up on the codec and says this.
Crouch down by pressing the crawl button.
And just like that,
It's a game. It's a game just like usual.
the illusion is shattered. Tutorials are almost always awkward. There are few reasonable ways to have one character explain to another how to move from point A to point B. Other games may dodge these bizarre moments by displaying on-screen texts, which don't directly interact with the in-game world, thus preserving the believability. But Metal Gear doesn't give a fuck.
And use the directional button to crawl in the direction you want.
In fact, it only gets worse from here, because pretty soon you get a call from Liquid Snake disguised as Master Miller, and he likes to say stuff like this.
When a long demo is about to begin. So make sure you're prepared to sit in front of the monitor for a long time if necessary.
I'm pretty sure this asshat was designed from day one for the sole purpose of breaking the fourth wall. Man, I love this stuff. It adds a unique quirkiness to this series and highlights just how unafraid these games are to admit that they're games, and that that's okay. What's that you got in your hand there, guy? Oh, is that a PlayStation controller? Hey, you got DualShock 3? And of course there's a Psycho Mantis battle, where Mantis reads the data on your memory card and asks you to put the controller on the floor so he can move it with the vibrate function. Then Campbell tells you the only way to beat him is to switch the controller into port 2 so he can't read your inputs. Gotta love it.
Huh? Oh, wait. We're on PlayStation 3. It's a Blu-ray disc. Dual layered, too. No need to swap.
Damn it, Otacon! Get a grip!
Number 5. The death of the boss. I know. How dare I? This single poignant moment is the fulcrum upon which the entire series is balanced. It's the catalyst for all the events that follow, and here I am making some nonsense internet video about it. Now, truth be told, I had a hard time just sifting through this scene to edit it without getting all weepy-eyed. So rest easy, fanboys and girls. Your concerns are noted. I just have to make one small point, and then we can move on. The boss dies, it's very emotional, and then this happens. And pretty as it is, there's just no explanation for it. And then the boss's scar slithers off her body and becomes a snake. This really is the most important moment in the Metal Gear saga. It captures the majority of the themes that Kojima was working with over the course of 6 games and sets everything into motion. So I guess the metaphorical power of this moment is so strong that figurative interpretation just wills itself into existence. The flowers change colors, and the scar comes to life with the sheer power of metaphor. Now, if a picture is worth 1,000 words, then I guess a metaphor is worth 1,000 pictures, so that would mean this scene requires, well, too many words for even the great Kojima to handle. So infer what you want, whether it's about original sin or a loss of purity. Bottom line, this scene is beautiful, and I feel kinda guilty referencing it so flippantly. But I still can't make heads or tails of this.